On the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Check out any bank thermometer. It's going to show you that temperatures are dropping and that Arctic blast is going to be around for a few days. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. The temps are going down and they're going to be dangerous. Hutch has been following this blast and he joins us right off the bat to see exactly how low those temps are going to go tonight. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Mike. As you're heading out and about to get ready for your weekend, we do have a few isolated areas of light flurries of snow, but it's that cold air we've been talking about throughout the course of the week that looks to be on its way. Actual air temperatures are below zero, holding on to 1 whole degree here in the Fargo-Moorhead area right now. Once we dip below zero, we will not return to above zero until next week. For some, the middle of next week. Wind chills in the mid-20s below zero. Dangerous wind chills are expected throughout the next 4 to 5 days. At times, we could see wind chills over 40 to 50 below zero, and that means exposed skin can freeze in 5 to 10 minutes. So be sure to be safe. This evening, if you're out and about, temperatures slipping to just below zero here in the next hour or so. Light north winds will make it feel wind chilly. It doesn't take a lot of wind when we have these measly temperatures to talk about. I'll tell you how low we go. Talk about that weekend forecast. We'll talk about a little warm-up, though. Finally, we'll let you know here in a minute.
And make sure your car is full of gas and it's got a decent battery so it starts. With temperatures like this, you don't want a surprise like that.
Indeed. If you can plug her in, plug her in.
You bet. And you can stay up to date on our weather conditions wherever you are and anytime by even if you have a smartphone or a tablet. Just download the Storm Team weather app to get the very latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. And with those freezing temps, now would not be a good time to be left without heat in your home. Heating expert Paul Durbins from Laney's says that a furnace should be checked once a year. This is going to prolong the life of that furnace, and professionals can look for parts that may need cleaning. Outside things like your gas meters and laundry pipes, they should be cleared of snow to properly work. And families can save money by changing their water heaters with tankless ones. If you're going to be traveling during the winter, the experts say it's a good time to invest in a new thermostat, one that can email or text you if something goes wrong in your home. The Valley Women's Expo is warm at the Fargo Dome. It's a chance for you to listen to motivational speakers, celebrity chefs. There's some wine sampling. You can even do some shopping. Well, the doors are open right now. They're going to stay open until 9 o'clock tonight, so you still have time to attend. That's where we find Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic. She joins us live right now. Giovanna, what sorts of fun have you been able to find?
Thanks, Mike. Now, the first day of the Valley Women's Expo has been exciting. I gotta say, I will have to come back tomorrow. My favorite booth has been the cupcake stand. I'm here with Camille Anderson from Gigi's Cupcakes. Camille, how have you been enjoying the Valley Women's Expo?
I'm loving it. There's so much to do and so much to try.
Now, the cake right in front of me, you obviously decorated. How much work did go into that?
A couple of hours. Nothing big. I guess I've been decorating for a while, so I don't think anything of it.
Any tips for cake decorators, cupcake decorators out there?
Just keep trying. Keep taking your time and working on it. It's for everybody.
And obviously everyone loves cupcakes. I had one of yours. They are delicious. What has been the most popular flavor today?
Today, I would say it was strawberries and champagne or chocolate cookie dough.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Now make sure to come out. Tomorrow is the last day of the Valley Women's Expo. You will have a great time. You do not want to miss it. Reporting live from the Fargo Dome, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Giovanna. And as you mentioned, if you're not able to get out there tonight, you can still go tomorrow. The doors are going to open up at 10 o'clock in the morning. They'll stay open until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You can find the full schedule and any ticket information you need on our website at valleynewslive.com. You will be voting for many things this year, but an increase in your property taxes from the Fargo School District will not be one of them. School board member Jim Johnson says he seriously doubts that voters will be asked to add to the district's checkbook this year. North Dakota state law requires school districts to ask the public for approval to increase property taxes. Johnson says if they follow course they discussed today, it may be a challenge for the district, but good news for homeowners.
The local dollars that are now going to be levied from property owners in the Fargo School District everybody will be paying. Mine will probably go down because there's a new house that got created out south. The total dollars for the district are frozen, and that'll be our challenge going forward.
In addition to taxes, district leaders discussed today how much the spend on the ELL, and special education services. The board also compared how they spend their budget to other similar-sized school districts in the state. Many members say that they were happy to see that Fargo spends $1 million less than the Bismarck School District. Precious minutes lost and over 100 vehicles passed with not one complying with the law. That's the focus of a Facebook post from the Chisago County Sheriff's deputy. The county is near the Twin Cities. The deputy describes how he had to drive an ambulance several days ago so EMTs could work to try and save a woman's life. She ultimately died, but with nobody moving out of the way of the ambulance, there was nothing that they could do. Here in Fargo-Moorhead, the State Patrol and FM Ambulance say that cars not getting out of their way is a regular occurrence.
The frustrating thing is, we're trying to keep everybody safe when we're on the way to the call as well. So when something that's out of our hands, that's the frustrating part. And we do have issues with newer cars. They're a lot more soundproof, so they can't hear our sirens as well.
FM Ambulance also says sometimes they elect to not even turn on their sirens or lights because they can move faster through traffic that particular way. Gun violence, as we all know, is an issue facing families across America. Today, for the first time, attorneys general from 3 states came together in an attempt to address the issue. They decided more can be done if they collaborate. As Valley News Team's Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer explains, the men discussed how to reduce the number of illegal guns and keep them from criminals.
The attorneys general met here in Washington, D.C. for what they're calling a historic meeting, which they hope will lead to historic change. It was a hands across the Potomac moment. 3 attorneys general from Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia coming together for what they're calling a first-of-its-kind meeting to find ways to prevent and reduce gun violence.
We clearly have a problem regionally, nationally. Nationally, we lose over 30,000 people a year to gun violence.
They broke it down in their region at about 850 people in Virginia, 550 in Maryland, and 500 in D.C. die every year due to gun violence. Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring talks about seeing this firsthand when he visited a vigil to honor the lives of Allison Parker and Adam Ward, the 2 WDBJ journalists who were shot and killed on live television in Roanoke last August.
You talk to somebody like that who has suffered such tremendous loss. There is such an emptiness. You have to feel like there is more that we can do, and there is more that we can do.
During their hour-long meeting, they established a line of information sharing between the 3 offices, and they'll also be designating a point person to handle the line of communication.
Through regional cooperation, we can stem the tide of gun violence.
As far as a timeline as to when the work will start, they tell us as soon as tomorrow. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
The 3 also say this partnership will help them to work regionally to reduce gun violence and illegal gun sales and possession. With oil prices at lows we haven't seen in about 7 years, along with fewer rigs in the Bakken, there's plenty of speculation of what it all means for the future of North Dakota's oil industry. With world oil leaders like OPEC not reducing their oil production, there's some feelings that the impacts here in North Dakota won't be good as prices per barrel dip, going to reduce investment in the Bakken. That is going to mean rigs and potential layoffs. Right now, we are at a low demand point and supply is still high. As we head into the spring, prices are projected to go back up. Prices per barrel may continue to drop until then, but lower than $20 is unlikely. A couple of weeks ago, the Department of Transportation recovered a bag full of Christmas presents that were sitting on a highway near Minot, and they've been searching for the owners of those gifts. Well, earlier this week, there was success. It was just a couple of days ago that Deanna Wojcik was chatting with her residence manager about the holidays and her bag of gifts that had gone missing for a couple of weeks. That's when she caught a break.
She's like, wait a minute, there was presents found on the highway. And so she pulled up the feed on her Facebook and she showed it to me and I was like, hey, that's my wrapping paper.
Wojcik's presents flew out of the bed of her truck on a trip from Minot to Wyoming just a day before Christmas Eve. The presents were returned in perfect condition. It's been a headache in Moorhead, for the drivers at least, for years. What Governor Mark Dayton is doing to make sure you get where you want to go on time without having to stop for a train.
Well, a high temperature today in the single digits above zero. That's going to be balmy compared to the several days of sub-zero weather ahead. Hour by hour details in your forecast are next.